to see Chicago. I have seen Chicago before, but never on Broadway. It's a favorite of mine, so I'm excited. See you inside.
Okay, so Sarah and I, as you can see, have split up, and I'm going to see one show. This is my friend David.
Hi, everyone.
And David lives right there, somewhere right up there. And we are going to see
Waitress!
Yes, without the pole in the way. But who are we seeing in Waitress?
Shoshana Bean and Jeremy Jordan.
Ah, I'm so excited.
It's going to be so much fun.
How many times have you seen it?
This will be my 6th time seeing it, 2nd time with these two. It's amazing.
Okay. Oh, and you've seen it already. And guess where we're sitting? Front row.
Really?
Front row.
Awesome.
Wait, you didn't know this?
I didn't know this.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Places.
Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Sarah, and we're
we're
the Broadway Broads of the Bay. On location
In New York City.
Welcome. Our next review vlog actually takes us to 2 different shows. Jen and I decided to divide and conquer, and I headed out to see Chicago,
And I headed over to see Waitress.
starring Jeremy Jordan and Shoshana Bean.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so this was kind of different for us. We just kind of decided, you know what, let's get 2 shows in. And so we did it. So I'm going to dive in a little bit about Chicago. All right,
Okay.
so let's talk a little bit about what I saw. So Chicago's playing at the Ambassador Theater, and I've seen Chicago. I don't even, like, maybe 4 or 5 times regionally. I'm a big fan of the show. There's a lot of vignettes, and I love Fosse and all of that. And so when given the opportunity to see it on Broadway, I was like, let's do this. So I headed over to the theater and grabbed a single ticket about a half hour before the show. And then headed in. The Ambassador's a great theater. I actually didn't hit the restroom, so I couldn't even tell you what that's about. But went to the merch line and grabbed Jenny a magnet and a pen.
She surprised me. Look.
As you do.
A magnet and
The pin's really
super
cute. Yeah.
pin.
Yep.
This is Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome.
That's really sweet.
And then off to my seat, which was in row C. I didn't get the aisle seat. I tried so bad, but they weren't available. So I was kind of scrunched in the middle there. But the seat was fine. It was comfortable.
Yeah.
And then the minute the show starts, I'm like, oh, this is why I love this show. It just brought me back to everything about Chicago that I love, right? The set itself is pretty minimalistic, and I enjoy that. It's really, it's like you've got the orchestra on stage, you've got a lot of chairs, different lights, a few props here and there, but that's basically it. The actors are really having to do all the work, which I'm fond of. But the show opens with All That Jazz, which I love. It's one of my favorite numbers ever.
I know you do.
And then Velma Kelly makes her entrance, and I have to say I was like blown away. I got to see Amra Faye Wright, who's like been playing the role since like 2000, and then I got to see Charlotte D'Ambrosa as Roxy Hart. And I'll just say this: so I've seen the show a couple times, all regionally in the Bay Area, and typically Velma and Roxy are cast pretty young, like in their 20s. And these ladies were not. They were older. And I was here for all of it. They
Older
were
broads.
Older broads.
Yeah.
But like fire on stage. Their bodies, their dancing. I mean, it was like, but it was awesome to see them up there sort of owning that show and just owning the roles. And so I was so happy to see that. But my big standout actually for the show goes to Raymond Bookhour, and he played Amos, who, if you've seen the show, I mean, Amos, that character is just so sweet. I just wanted to wrap my arms around him and give him a big old hug, but he was really perfectly cast in the role, and I really enjoyed his performance. And then, of course, Amra Faye Wright as Velma and Charlotte D'Ambrosa as Roxy were, just sort of blew me away. And the ensemble just killed it. Hot boys and girls on stage. Okay. So then, I mean, I'll recommend Chicago. It's a good old Broadway musical. It's been around for a while. It's been revived. I want to say it's now like in its maybe like 12th year or something like that here again after the revival.
Well, it said it's the longest running show on Broadway.
Ever. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And worth it.
I'm so glad you got to see
Me
it on
too.
Broadway.
Yeah. And I had this moment.
To.
I had this moment of like, oh, maybe I should go with Jenny, and but I was like,
No,
I want to see it. I wanted to see it, so
you said
I went.
This a couple trips before. You said that you wanted to see it, so I'm glad you.
Yeah, it was worth it. So hats off to the cast and crew of Chicago. I'm so glad I made it.
I'm so glad you got.
So let's hear a little bit about Waitress.
All right, so Waitress. I saw Waitress. So Sarah and I are repeat attenders to Waitress. It's both of one of our top 10 favorite musicals ever. But I have a love for Jeremy Jordan. I've been following him since Newsies, since Supergirl, since Smash, which is one of my favorite shows if you have not watched Smash before. So getting to see him with Shoshana Bean, I had to get the tickets. So I did get to the theater. It's at the Brooks Atkinson. Had front row seats. Got to go with my friend. Got to go with my friend who I met through Lights of Broadway, David. Thank you, David, for coming with me, being my beautiful date. And so that was wonderful to get to see him and catch up with him and see a show he absolutely adores, Shoshana and Jeremy as well. So I was also very happy. We saw Jeremy in American Son a couple months ago, and while he was spectacular, the show was great. I'm so glad to see him back singing because the voice, he needs to be singing. So I'm just going to talk a little bit because I'm not going to go into the technical. I've already done the reviews before on musical or on Waitress in general. So this is mostly about Shoshana and Jeremy. So Shoshana, her Jenna, and again, I've seen this several times. Her Jenna was the grittiest, the most real Jenna that I've seen. Her song when she sang "It Used to Be Mine," it broke me. When Jeremy sang "You Matter to Me," again, I've seen the original cast do it, but Jeremy, his voice, he lends everything to that voice, and their chemistry, like, I had goosebumps, but Shoshana had goosebumps too. And I was in the front row, so I could see it. And her whole body, I mean, their chemistry together. You know how people were going crazy over Gaga and Bradley Cooper and their chemistry during A Star Is Born? Yeah, well, go see these two in Waitress. Same thing. And then another one, Ogie's always been our standout, right? We love an Ogie. Love an Ogie. But again, being a Waitress fan from the movie back years ago, it's kind of a cult classic. But the character, the guy who played Ogie in the movie, Eddie Jemison, he was playing the part on Broadway.
Oh, how cool.
And I had no idea. I leaned over to David and I said, "Is that him?" And he goes, "Yeah, yeah." And I was like, "Oh my God, that's so cool."
That's
so
a bonus.
Yes, it's such a pleasant surprise. So that was just icing on the cake. Wow. Amazing. I mean, I've seen it several times. You've seen it several times. And she so far is hands down.
Best Jeremy and best Shoshana. I mean, they're the best. Jenna and Dr. Pottimer.
Yeah. Amazing. Their chemistry.
Undeniable.
And then Ogie's from the movie.
He is. He's from the movie.
I didn't know that. I was so excited. I leaned over to you, didn't I? I was like, wait.
You're like, is it seen the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So good.
Ogie.
So good. So good.
Talented, phenomenal cast. The pie, amazing.
So good. We went with the salted caramel pies, right? Yeah. All right. See you on the other side. So, yes, my experience at Waitress, once again, was beautiful, and I cried all my non-waterproof mascara off.
See, your Broad see theater together all the time, but we can see theater apart too.
We can. We absolutely can. It's never the same.
Oh, yeah, it's different, but
yeah,
it's possible.
Yeah. So, again, David, thank you for joining me. It was beautiful to spend that time with you.
Yeah, it was so nice to see you, David.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you got to meet. Yeah, he's a good old broad.
Yeah,
as well.
He's one of the broads.
Yeah, he's a broad. So, so that's my review on Waitress. Go see it. I'm going to close out with a curtain call that I got from the front row.
Ooh.
So enjoy. And we'll see you on the other side.
Cheers.
All right, curtain.
Curtain.